I think that we might be live. 10 seconds in. Wait for a few people to join. As per usual, good evening. Hope you're well. My eyes are literally shut. I've never looked more like a Korean dictator, John Song, whatever his fucking name is. Good evening. One person. Jesus, I've become unpopular over one weekend. How you doing, boys and girls? I am absolutely in turmoil. Two people. Oh, it's slow tonight. It's slow tonight. Is that a loss of interest in my channel or in the team in general? I'm going to try not to be negative tonight. Hello. People are joining. How you doing? I haven't got my glasses on, so as normal, I will do a little bit of a show. I'm going to quickly cover the Huddersfield thing. Not even to be classed as a sport. Sorry, I'm struggling, boys and girls. I've nearly pulled out doing this live stream, but I said I'd do it. I have had not a lot of sleep and a mouthful of ulcers, and I'm struggling. But we're getting there now. 66 people are in. 72. Right. Let's play. Lions CV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of our other sponsors. If you are going to do a bit of business, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of the aforementioned sponsors in the description below. Good evening. This is obviously, as I've just said, for those who was on it double early, a little bit of a roundup show. I want to quickly brush over Huddersfield. I don't want to dwell on it too much. I want to move on to Luton. And, lots to talk about. I've worked something out earlier on as well, looking at my notes there. My eyes, oh my God, get them open, big boy. Jesus Christ, just quickly before I start with the show, what a weekend that was in Ibiza. And let me tell you, saying just quickly, I know this isn't about me, this is the channel for the football club. The old boys still got a bit, boys and girls, at nearly 40. Don't worry about that. The old boys still got a bit. And I run a show in Ibiza. But while I was in Ibiza, I watched a game on... can't say where I watched it, but I watched Huddersfield versus Millwall. I was half cut whilst I was watching it, but I got the general gist of the game. We drew 1-0, obviously. Again, mixed reviews, mixed results. Thanks for Kenny for being up there and doing the full-time reaction. Well done, Ken, and good 5,000 views, mate. You've done well up there. You're a better, younger-looking version than I am. I'm absolutely peeling to pieces as well. But listen, Huddersfield, a lot of changes were made. A lot of players left on the bench. Conor Mahoney come back in. What I've noticed first and foremost, though, is in the last 4 games, we have played 4 different formations. Hull at home, we played 4-4-2. Blackburn away, we played 4-5-1. QPR at home, we played 3-5-2. And then Huddersfield away was a 4-4-2/4-4-1-1 with Aidan O'Brien playing just behind Matt Smith. Some would say that is a sign of a good sign, a sign of versatility. Unfortunately, I'm going to start the show on a negative and say that's a sign of desperation. That's a sign of someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Our formation primarily for a long, long time was 4-4-2. We would never change it, even when the fans called for us to change it at the back end of last season, when we did eventually change it and played one up front with Gregory up front and we got results. We only ever ventured to that formation after about 2.5 years under Neil Harris and with us in dire straits. To play 4 different formations in 4 games, to me, honestly, I just think, and I've tried to like be less negative and try to sleep on this, but I think it's I just think it's a sign of desperation. As I said in one of my shows the other day, comes a time in any person's career or life when you just need to freshen up, you just need to change. And I really feel that point has come. At 1-1 point against Huddersfield, let's have it right, it was shit. Huddersfield without a win all season, without a win at home in, yes, by the way, there is 365 days in the year. My maths was shocking the other day, but my head's gone at the minute. My head's gone with the channel. I don't know if it's the team or the channel. I'm going to support the team through thick and thin when they've been shit. So I'm just bored of it. I'm just bored of the team. I'm just bored of the inevitable going away and knowing that we're not going to turn up. We're not even going to attempt to get a result. We're not going to apply ourselves on the pitch. Huddersfield, lots of changes. Again, for me, there was, I think someone said there was a statement or a rumour come out that there was illness in the camp and Harris didn't know what players for the team would be fit. I don't know, but I'm looking at the central midfield of Ryan Leonard and Sean Williams and the 2 centre forwards in Aidan O'Brien and Matt Smith. And listen, there's a couple of players in there I actually rate, so it's not a dig against any of those 4 players. There's absolutely no pace in there whatsoever. No pace whatsoever. Just no desire. You need pace in the team. You can't leave Ben Thompson on the bench. I know he's not really been at it, but no one has. Sorry, my mouth is absolutely full up of ulcers. So if I'm struggling to speak, I'm not pissed. I'm actually on the water. Still trying to recover from the fucking weekend. What a weekend that was. But anyway, Huddersfield took the lead. Conor Mahoney gives the ball away. Marlon Romeo doesn't really make a decision. He doesn't go in for the tackle. Neither does he stand off. He sort of gets caught between a rock and a hard place. Striker steps inside of him. Alex Pearce at that point just got to wipe the fucker out, but he doesn't, and they take the lead 1-0. Our equaliser, I'm going to compare to Jordan Archer's goal that he threw in the net against Sunderland. If you watch the goal back, and I've watched it back and watched it back because I can't work out what the fuck the Huddersfield goalkeeper was doing. We'll take it. Corner comes in. Good shot from Ryan Leonard, by the way. Tested the keeper from distance. Ryan Leonard, not Ryan Leonard, but my mouth is fucked. Ryan Leonard tests the goalkeeper from distance. Good save. Good strike from Leonard. Corner to us. Comes across. Keeper parries it. Tries to catch it. Doesn't catch it. Second time he parries it. Third time, if you watch, the goalkeeper actually turns his wrist towards the goal and pushes it. I don't know what he was doing, but the absolute fucking man mountain that is Matt Smith was standing on the goal line and he taps it in. And again, that is papering over the cracks for me. It's got us out of jail. People will point to, but Huddersfield have just come out of the Premier League. Yes, they have, but it wasn't really a Premier League side when they was in the Premier League. They was useless. They've come down this year. They haven't won. Even, the new manager coming in, which usually gives the team a little bit of a push, would help you out. And we've drawn 1-1 against a terrible team. I'm not impressed at all. I just can't leave it. That's my problem. Once I'm into something, I'm into it. And I just thought to myself, don't even watch the game. But I forced myself to watch the game. It was just two very bad teams. And it's not just me saying that. I've looked across the board. Other Millwall outlets, Actung Millwall said the same. Nick Actung said, a poor display from two sides. I've seen a lot of people saying it. It's just not good at all. And I just think, as I've said, sometimes in your life you just need a change. You might get bored of your missus. You might want to move house. You might want to go somewhere different. You might have a little holiday, go on a break somewhere, or change the club you're wearing, change your style. Shift a new sofa in, or the people you're working with, the people you're socialising with. Sometimes you just need to freshen up. There's nothing. There's no wrong in that. It's just your feelings. It's just how you feel. And I feel now that with Neil Harris in charge, the club has hit a brick wall. Husky have come in at the right time. And as I said, I think it's time for them to move in, invest as I believe they want to, and move the club on to the next level. Again, I love Neil Harris. Club legend as a player, club legend as a manager. If he walks away now, but he's got to walk away at the right time. Not just for him, but for the club. And I've noticed something here. And again, I don't know anything. I've just worked something out. I was having a chat with my mate yesterday. I believe that Southend have not yet got a new manager. It's been a while since they've been managerless. I've got a sneaky suspicion that they might be hanging out to see what's going on here. Because again, listen, love Neil Harris, love what he's done for the club. But let's have it right. We'll never get a job anywhere else other than Millwall or Southend. My personal opinion. So I don't know if Huddersfield or Southend are hanging out for that. So I've managed to pick up a cold. And LB for as well, work that one out. But listen, we move on to Luton Town. We are away to Luton Town tomorrow night. This is where I would usually do a pre-match prediction. I will do a pre-match prediction, again, to try and predict a formation or a team that he's going to pick is borderline impossible, going back to 4 different formations in the last 4 games for us and a fucking whole host of squad players. Shane Ferguson's obviously injured following his sending off at Huddersfield at the weekend. What would I do? I'm at a point now where I honestly don't know. I would play Bolkowski in goal, just about. Marlon Romeo, I'm sorry. This is another thing, just quickly. Marlon Romeo played in a 4-4-2, and I was calling for us to change formation. I always say Marlon Romeo would be better in a different team and a different formation. The one time he's played 3-5-2, he's actually dropped Marlon Romeo. Then we've got back to 4-4-2, he's put Romeo back in. I'm going to say it now, and I feel bad because Marlon's clearly a lovely guy. His parents are lovely people, but he's a bad defender. Yeah, I've said it. I think where I'm losing the will to live with the channel, I'm saying things now that I might not have said before, might not have had the confidence to say, but I might be wit's end with it. Marlon Romeo is a bad defender. He cannot defend. He should not be playing right back. I don't know where. further on in his career. I see an article on News at Den a long time ago, actually. If anyone remembers it, it's probably about a year and a half ago. And Neil Harris done an article on News at Den. He said, I want to try and play Marlon Romeo further up the pitch. I think he could progress further up the pitch in his career. Marlon Romeo is a bad right back. He cannot defend. So he shouldn't be playing right back. And if we play 3-5-2, that's his window of opportunity to try and play in a more forward-thinking team with more better tactics, attacking formation under a better manager. Marlon Romeo will have a good career, I guarantee you. But in a 4-4-2 at Millwall, he's not going to. That, in my personal opinion. So this is the team I would go with. I would go, what I do? I don't even know what I do. I don't know what I do. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end with it. Jed Wallace has got to play central. Absolute waste of time playing Jed Wallace on the wing. Completely lost out there. Isolated from the game. Don't play Jed Wallace on the wing. But we need to play. We need to play the two up front. Unless you play Jed Wallace just off a front one. The team I would go with tomorrow. Let's try and roll with it. The team I would go with tomorrow is this. I'll go Bulkowski in goal. I'll go McCarthy at right back. Murray Wallace at left back. Alex Pearce has got to be dropped. He's got to be dropped. You've got to put Sean Hutchinson in centre half with Jake Cooper. Then I would go probably Sean Williams, central midfield, just in front of the back four with Ben Thompson and Malumbi. Yeah. Then I'd probably go run out of players. Conor Mahoney on the left. I suppose I'd have to play Jed Wallace on the right. And then Bradshaw, I don't know. That's honestly, absolutely my wit's end with it. I'm sitting here trying to do a pre-match prediction. Can't think of the players or the best team to play. I've absolutely shot to bits with it all. Our beef has not helped, granted, but I don't know. Look, we're going to go there tomorrow, and Luton are obviously newly promoted from the from League One. Should have done this show. They're newly promoted from League One. They were struggling at first, but they are now not doing too bad. They're actually one place above us in the league on the same points as us, but they've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 5. But get on this, they've doubled their goal tally. They score goals. They go for the win and they score goals. A team not very favoured in this division. They're doing exactly what we should do. Just go for it. Just fuck it. You'd rather lose 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. But don't sit there and pay fuckers too much respect. Luton have scored 14 goals this season. Last time out, they won 2-1 away on Saturday at Blackburn Rovers. And I'm sorry to say it, they will come at us tomorrow. We're not playing great. And I think that they're going to score goals. We can't score many goals because we don't attack. The long diags are not going to work tomorrow because it's a very tight, compact pitch. It will be a good atmosphere, hopefully. Millwall fans will turn up. Obviously, Millwall Luton, a little bit of history, but we'll leave that one there. But if our team don't perform within the first 15 minutes, it will just suck the fucking life out of our fans like it has been in all the games. And maybe I'm on too much of a downer still from our beefer. But, yeah, listen, Ryan Tunnicliffe now plays for them. I don't really rate Ryan Tunnicliffe. Didn't rate him as a Millwall player. But I would rather have him in our side than a few others at the minute. I still think he was better than Ryan Leonard. Again, I'm not blaming Ryan Leonard for everything because I think it's beyond saving now. That's the God's honest truth. I think we'll go to Luton tomorrow and I think we'll lose. And I think we'll lose comprehensively. I think we could lose 3-1 tomorrow because they will come at us. They will score goals. We usually look very safe and sound at the back. That was always, sort of our saving grace. And I don't even think now that that's the case. Yeah, I think he'll go with a team tomorrow that could be completely random. Pearce will play. Romeo will play. Leonard will play. That's 3 players that aren't performing. Up front, I don't know what's going on with Tom Bradshaw. As I've said this before, he's got to play Bradshaw, but he won't. He'll stick Jed on the wing. Mahoney doesn't look interested. None of them do. None of them do. I don't know what's going on. To drop Ben Thompson is bold. Maybe he was part of the alleged illness gang. Can't even talk. So, yeah, I expect us to lose tomorrow at Luton. I'll be honest with you, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go. They are showing it at my local pub. Obviously, it is the main game on Sky. And Mini-Me is not allowed to come because it's a school night, and obviously it'll be too late by the time we get back. So I'm considering just watching it with my kid, really, indoors. But I suppose in the interest of the channel and my obligations sponsorship-wise, I need to go to the game tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be honest, absolutely no interest whatsoever. But these are testing times. These are testing times as Millwall fans. A lot of people are probably watching this saying, why is he making that? It's worse than it is. I think I know my football. And I think because I think I know my football, I think that I've proved that to myself by building the audience that I've built. Because if I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about or well, the only other angle would be on that would be I'd just be entertaining to watch. Maybe that's the case. But if I didn't know what I was talking about, I don't think I'd have built the following that I have on the channel. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm saying I think I know what I'm thinking about, talking about football-wise. And because of that, I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to lose tomorrow. I think it's done. I think it's done and dusted under Harris. But listen, we need to try and remain positive because it's going to end with us backing him or sacking him. And I don't think we're going to sack him. And I don't think he'll walk away. So I think we're in a massive fucking catch-22 drop of turmoil at the minute. So let's try and stay positive tomorrow. Let's try and really hope that we can turn this around. But in my honest opinion, as I said, we've been in worse positions than this before. 5-1 away at Peterborough. The time, as I always refer back to, one of the full-time reactions, 2-1 loss at Walsall, 17th in League One. He's done a good job. We've been in a lot worse positions than this under him, but just looking at it, there, it just looks toxic in there to me. It looks like no one wants to play for him. He looks like he's lost all ideas of anything to do, and that's why he's clutching at straws and playing 4 different formations in 4 games. That's not Neil Harris. That ain't a Neil Harris attribute. Neil Harris is set up as a set up, 4-4-2, stay compact, stick with the same players. The amount of times he backed Tony Craig, the amount of times he backed Jordan Archer, the amount of times he backed Steve Morrison after he was past it, and he continually played those players over the course of 3 seasons, and we was all saying he's too loyal for his own good. Shot to bits, mate. He's dropped them all Saturday. And again, listen, that may have been down to illness. Who knows? But yeah, I just think it's done. And I hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm sitting here in 2-3 weeks saying, what a prick I was. Look at me. Well, I'm not trying to get views. Honestly, I've got some fucking very big views lined up for us. Some very good interviews. What the team's doing so bad at the minute, in my opinion, like terrible to watch. It's actually kicked me up the arse to try and sort out other things. I've got 2 of the biggest Lions landings you'll ever see for Millwall. You couldn't probably get 2 of the big ones. It's not Tim Cahill, put it that way, and he's the pinnacle, isn't he? He's the pinnacle you'd want. But I'm looking to do more. The in-game stuff's boring me. The pre-match predictions are boring me. The post-match analysis are boring me. Going to watch us is fucking boring me. We have got a very big month starting tomorrow at Luton. We've got in this month, not necessarily in this order, Luton away, Leeds at home. Fucking, I dread to think what's going to happen Saturday. Reading away, Brentford away, Stoke at home, Cardiff at home. And then just after that, straight into November, Charlton at home. I don't even want to mention that one. Yeah, it's very, very testing time. A very, very busy month. And if we lose tomorrow, Saturday, I'll be honest, we're going to get hammered. We're going to get hammered by Leeds, in my opinion. I can't see it going beyond Saturday. I can't see it going beyond Saturday if he doesn't get 2 results tomorrow and Leeds. I mean, Saturday was his golden opportunity to get a result. If he can't get results against Huddersfield and Luton, turn it round, and that will paper over the cracks a bit. But I cannot see it happening. And I'm trying to remain positive. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to go to your questions. I'm going to put the bins on. By the way, it was pointed out to me that the light is reflecting off my bins. And I know I look like Roland Rat, but I've tried to move the light everywhere and it still is not working. So I'm going to watch. Boom, there you go. Light in your eyes. Let's go. Yeah, let's go straight to the comments and we're straight in to Joseph Sardena. And he says, you can be wrong about things sometimes, Dan. And you know what, mate? I absolutely, hand on heart, on my children's life, hope I am completely wrong. And I hope Neil Harris turns it round. But I just can't, mate. I can't see it happening. Can't see it happening. Paul McGlone, hello, mate. How you doing? Jake Beaumont, I think I know you. Your dad's Ross. I think I'll chat with you. Declan, yes, Gaffer. James Sheldon, Harris out. King YouTube, hello, mate. Sorry, I didn't reply to a message earlier. There was no fan score predictions going up this week. They'll be back in time for Saturday. Sorry, 1 second. I drank about 19 gallons of water today. Water. I am still pissed from my beefer. AJ, Katie Pearson, old school friend of mine. Hello. Any questions on it all weekend? Like you fucking wouldn't believe, brother. 2 hours sleep. No, I had 2 hours sleep. Go on and go home. Are you going Mill v Leeds? Because I am, yes. What happens in Beaver stays in Ibiza? Connor King, Harris for the sack if we lose tomorrow. Well, for the people that think I haven't got the arsehole to say it, the magic words could possibly come out my mouth tomorrow night if we do lose at full time. Billy Simesy says, different formations just means that Harris is clutching at straws. I agree, unfortunately. Anthony Milmore, Harris out. Liz Hannum. Perk up, mate. I'm an old girl. First watched Lions in 1985. Love your channel. Thank you. So do I. I did love my channel. I genuinely... If someone walks up and offered me a job tomorrow, honestly, I might go back to roofing, honestly, at the minute, the way I feel. Who's starting up front for you then? I think Tom Bradshaw's got... Sorry, someone just asked me that question. Who would start up front for me? Aidan O'Brien, no. John Daddy Bavardson, no. You can't play Matt Smith and Aidan O'Brien up front, in my opinion. Having said that, when we started Aidan O'Brien and Matt Smith up front against Preston and Sheffield Wednesday both, we got results and we got a point Saturday. But it's just you need. I'm just a strong believer if you need pace in your team. You can't have 11 fast players. I understand that. Sean Williams isn't the fast player, but I like him in the team because he brings a different dynamic. But we haven't got enough pace, and the pace we have got, we waste by not playing Bradshaw and by leaving Jed out wide. Yes, mate. Honestly, like Conor Mahoney plays Saturday. I love Conor Mahoney. I know Conor Mahoney is a good player. We all know. Look at his history. Look who he's played for. Look at the money he's been moved for. Look at his pre-season he had. Look, ask Birmingham, young player of the year last year, but he can't play under Neil Harris. And I think a change of manager will fucking kickstart a lot of our players, and he'll start getting the best out of them again. I mean, I wonder what Ben Thompson must think of Neil Harris, because Ben Thompson has grown up a Millwall fan. Must be buzzing to be around Neil Harris. He's probably his boyhood hero, but he must think, fucking hell, things like Kenny Jackett got so much more out of me. It was letting me do so much more on the pitch. So, sorry, getting back to your question, up front, I suppose I'd have to go with Matt Smith and Tom Bradshaw, and I'd find a way of playing Jed Wallace just in behind. I'm going to say this one because it just jumped into my head about who we could play on the right side of midfield, because obviously Fergie's suspended, who I don't rate anyway. Conor Mahoney, but then we need another winger. Freddie Nadima scored 2 the weekend again for Wickham, and I'm telling you, another player that wasn't brought the best out of by our manager. Stephen Machin says he agrees with me. Harris doesn't know where to go. Connor King, Dan, Harris in or out? Ask me after tomorrow game. He's not going to last, in my opinion. He can't go on. Gary Pallen. Sorry, Stu the Gamer. If this is live, shout out Shabba. Okay, well that's done. Pauline Hiking says, do I ever rest? I've been laying on the sofa for 2 days. I'm too scared to go outside the front door. I still got the horrors. Gary Pallen, sorry, getting on to your question. Harris played our weakest team at the weekend when he should have gone for the win. Yeah, it was a strange one, mate. I do agree. I can't work it out. I can't, there is a rumour, or may have been something that's actually been said. I again, without trying to be too negative, I refuse point blank to look at Neil Harris's post-match comments anymore. And I've said all I want to say on that subject. But, I don't know if he... There was an illness in the camp, apparently someone's told me, and a few players were out ill and they weren't sure who was going to play. So maybe that was something to do with it. But Thompson was on the bench. Malumbi was on the bench. Bradshaw was on the bench. That's 3 players straight away there that just scream young, hungry, and pacey, doesn't it? And a little bit better than what we've got. Worrying, mate. Worrying times. I don't know. Maybe it was illness. It could only have been that, or unless he just thought he's going to go with a little bit more experience with Williams and Leonard in the side. Look, we didn't lose. We didn't lose to Huddersfield, yes, and they was a Premier League side last year, but they're bottom of the league without a win for a reason. They are struggling for a reason, and it's a game we should have won. Any more questions? There's fucking loads. Yeah, James Slaughter says, I like Harris. I mean, look, we all like Harris. We all like Harris. But unfortunately, in these testing times, you have to remind ourselves of something. It is a job, okay? He played for Millwall. He's our all-time top scorer, yes. But players, managers, chairmen come and go. The only thing at this club, at any club, that lasts forever is the fans. 4 generations of my family have been watching Millwall, and that will continue. I'll make sure it does, but if Mini-Me reproduces, go on, Chavy. But, manager, we've got too many emotional ties to Neil Harris. We have. But look, he's done a good job. He's got us in a good position. Anyone that says he hasn't is wrong. Husky have shown an interest in the club. I think Neil Harris has got to have some credit for that. He's got us He's bounced back and took us back into the Championship. This is now our third season in the Championship. 2 good seasons. One very good season, one season that we're happy with. And again, at the minute, if the league finished tomorrow, again, it's another good season. But unfortunately for us, last year was a little bit lucky. We was getting worse and worse, and the season was thankful to us and helped us out. And we ran out of time. Another 5 games last season, we would have gone down. And now I feel that it's so early in the season that it needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. And as I said, if we lose tomorrow, I think he'll only be given the league's game to save it. And if he loses that, I can see fans turning on him, which no one wants. No one wants. Listen, as I said the other day, there's no need for negativity. He's done a good job, but if you're a Millwall, as you say you are, walk away at the right time. It's all well Harris going, but who we want in, but who would come in as our manager on our budgets? Okay, Steve Tuff, good question, mate, and I'm going to give you the exact answers. Millwall Football Club is a very controversial football club. Yes, but Millwall Football Club is the closest club to central London. Also, that notoriety will also give us a little bit more sway. Trust me, there will be people out there who would fucking bite your hand off to manage our football club. These people saying, oh, Millwall on our budget, right? Our player budget isn't great, but we're not going to be buying anyone anyway. I'm telling you now, managers will be fucking queuing up to bite your hand off for this job without an absolute doubt. When people go, oh, no one want to marry us, bollock, marry us? Fucking hell. Told you I was fucked. No one would want to manage us. Of course they would. And I've heard a rumour, me and my rumours, I've heard a rumour Chris Hughton is interested. Again, don't quote me on that. It's just hearsay. I'm a fan. Another fan told me. Actually, someone from a non-league club told me that. But there you go. They told me it, and I'm a fan that pays my money. And you're, it's a rumour I've heard, and I'm just telling you what I've heard. I've heard that Chris Hughton would be very interested in the job. I'll tell you who else what I would have. And I know he's not been proven as a good manager, right? I'd have Roy Keane because I watched him last night as well on a Man United Arsenal game. And by the way, that was I'm going to back Millwall here and I'm going to back Neil Harris. I moan about the standard of our football. My fucking good God, that was a disgrace to English football last night, the standard of football that those fucking players put out. When you look back at the legacy of what the Premier League is and what games have been down the years between Man United and Arsenal, the rivalry, Roy Keane, Vieira, Bergkamp, Henry, the list of players and teams and great matches they've had is endless. That was a disgrace last night to English football. That standard of football was pathetic. So maybe I am being too harsh on Millwall at times. Why did we get onto Arsenal? Don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was. There'd be managers queuing up, willing to manage us. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about that. Oh, that's where I was going with it. Roy Keane. Roy Keane has not been proven as a good manager, but he's exactly how I'd like to be as a manager. Just fucking tell people straight. He absolutely burying people last night. He's an aggressive fucker. He'd be an absolute hero down at Den. Trust me. Whether he'd do any good or not, I don't know. But I just think the players need to kick up the arse. The whole club just needs to kick up the arse at the minute. I don't think, I don't think it really need any more than that. I just think it needs a freshen up. We've proven we can succeed in this league with a lack of tactical nous. We pride ourselves on kick, bollock and bite and sticking on people and, snot blowing gum showing, being aggressive and intense. And we've just stopped being that. That's all it is. We don't need to start stringing 50, 40 passes together in a game. We just need to be what we once was under Neil Harris, intense, aggressive, togetherness. And we haven't got that anymore under Neil Harris. We're carrying away from teams, going to Blackburn and scared to cross the halfway line and shit like that. In my opinion. Like someone said, I might not always be right. Fucking on Thursday. Wolfgang. So this is where everything that's wrong. Listen, I know I will get some shit for it, but that's fine. I've got to take the rough with the smooth. Someone just called Matt Smith, Matt Stiff. Sorry. Wolfgang. Millwall attacking their own. Harris is a legend. This is the thing. Yes, Harris is a legend. What if Ian Holloway played 300 games for us? Wherever he games Harris played for us. What if Ian Holloway was our all-time top scorer? It shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, he was a legend. And if he was a legend and he understands the club, like we all believe he does, then he should walk away at the right time. And again, there's no need for negativity. There's no need to all be hating on each other. In my opinion, his time's up. I mean, if he goes, he walks away and we go, thanks very much, Neil. We've done a fantastic job. You go, not a problem. There you go. But done me a bit as a manager, done me a bit as a player, left the club in a better place. Fucking built the statue. Give the man the statue. And I'll probably give it to one of him being on the shoulders at Watford. Wolfgang's entitled to his opinion. He's saying, be careful what you wish for. I wish for us to turn up to football matches and fucking apply ourselves, show a bit of fight, a little bit of commitment. I don't expect us to win leagues. I don't expect us to win cups. I'm happy as a Millwall fan just to survive. But that's all I'm wishing for, mate. I'm not wishing for us to get into the Premier League. I'm not wishing for us to be world beaters. I'm wishing to get the best out of our players and ask for our players and our management to get what he was once getting out of them, which he can't seem to get out of them anymore. You know, it's the players don't seem to be motivated by him anymore either. And I've backed him and I've backed him and I've backed him so many times. I've backed him at times when I maybe shouldn't have because I was worried about what people might think. And also, look, I'll get one shot at this. Put it this way, I'll get one shot at this. People, when they say to me, why you fucking shit yourself, Dan, just say Harris out. I get one stab at this, right? And if I say it and I get it wrong, I'm going to look like a fucking idiot forever, right? Which I'll probably do anyway, but there you go. I like to think, as I said, I know my football. Now, if I give you my opinion and it's wrong to that extent of Neil Harris turning it around, I've got to look at myself and ask serious questions and think, do I know what I'm talking about? Can I keep giving my opinion to these people that tune into my channel? Because I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. I am that confident I know what I'm talking about, and I'm that confident I know what's going to happen. That's why I'm now saying it. I'm convinced now that we cannot succeed under Harris. And I think I'll get myself proven right. What happens when we lose the next 3 games? What happens then? Do we just keep saying, hang on, he's a club legend though? But he's a club legend. Doesn't fucking matter. So I'm sorry, it doesn't. You can't let your fucking head be ruled by your heart. You can't. Not in business. This is business. This is Millwall. It's a business. Yes, we all love it. Yes, we all enjoy it. But ultimately, we want our team to fight for the shirt, and they're not doing it. And I think that's because they're not responding to the manager anymore. And I think the manager doesn't know what to do, and that's why he's chopping and changing it so much. Oh, someone just pulled around on the athletics. Millwall stew. We just got to start getting the team to gel. No one else is going to do better. Trust me. With what we have got, we need some wins and confidence. Well, mate, listen. Again, for people sticking up for Neil Harris, you sworn at me in that next one, Stu. You've called me a C-bomb there. Oh, no, you haven't called me a C-bomb, but they've hit it for review. It's true. No other CUNT is going to make the team work. That's what you're saying. I think they could. I think we've got better players than we get given credit for. And again, you know, we've recruited these players, and I said this the other day. The worst thing that could have happened for us now is I had a lot of respect for Neil Harris when he said there's players here that don't want to play for the club and I want them out and I'm not getting the best out of them. They all left. Archer. Still ain't got a club, by the way. Has anyone noticed that? McLaughlin, I thought was a good player. Didn't have a problem with him. Who else? Who else left? Tunnicliffe, Fred, whoever it was, Morrison. Anyway, it needed to clear out. It needed to freshen up. A 4-year cycle, Neil Harris very correctly put it. Sometimes things run their course and a fresh cycle, 4-year cycle, needs to change. For me, that now applies to the manager and the coaching staff. The new players have come in and they are now playing like the players from last season were playing. Because I think it's the way the manager's playing, the way the manager's coaching them. I don't think anything else can be said on it. I think another manager will get better things out of the players. There's good players there. Look at how the players have gone backwards. Again, I'm not digging him out because I think he's a great player. His old man's fucking absolutely hilarious. His old man, what character he is. Conor Mahoney's old man is a fucking great guy. But yeah, he, you know, for his own personal thing, I'm going to tell you if he's watching Conor Mahoney, you're going backwards, mate, at Millwall. You only got to look at pre-season. Bending him in the Playboy Mansion against Real Sociedad. Ben Thompson gone backwards since he's come back to Millwall. This isn't a coincidence that so many players are doing it. Jed Wallace gone backwards since he's been at Millwall. You know, this isn't a coincidence that this is happening. It isn't, not in my opinion. It's happening because they're not responding to the manager anymore. And for that reason, I don't want my football club to get relegated. Yes, Neil Harris played for the club in 2000 and whatever. Right? We've all been going Millwall, someone just said there, 35 years. I've been going Millwall since 1985. You know, some people have been going 60, 70 years. Players are legends, yes. Doesn't give them an entitlement just to stay forever. Oh, we're in league, we're in the conference, but Neil Harris was a legend, so that's why he's our manager. Doesn't work like that, not anymore. Especially not in football, especially with the money around football. It is a business, and I can only see it end in one way. I hope I'm wrong. I'm sorry to keep banging on just talking about Neil Harris. I am trying to get into other questions, but there's just no other questions at the minute. Robert Austin, predictions for tomorrow night. I would love us to win. I would love us to get a good result up there. Give us all something to shout about. Give our fans a decent night, because our fans will have a decent night out regardless. 2 pubs we've been giving up there tomorrow. There'll be a lot of people heading up, not far away. 1,000 will be up there travelling. Have a good drink in the pub, enjoy ourselves. And then you see it, mate. I see it every week. I'm friends with a lot of Millwall fans now on Facebook. And you see it every week. They'll put their photos up or on Instagram. Brilliant day again with the boys. Fantastic day up north with all the Millwall boys. Once again, ruined by the football match. It's just, I can't see it happening tomorrow. I think we'll lose 3-1 tomorrow. And I think that after that, that'll have to be it. James Slaughter says, you can be Millwall manager, Dan. Well, I manage a kids team. So far, we've played 2, 1-1, lost 1 and drawn 1. So maybe you don't want me as boss. Daniel Benford. Harris is a legend. He stays. Have some respect. Daniel Benford, try and reply in the comments. And I'll genuine question, because, everyone's entitled to opinion. At what point would you say Harris goes then? That's a question I'll ask all of you. For those who are saying, have some respect, Harris is a legend. Harris is a legend. I've got massive respect to him. I'll say it again. He's done a fantastic job as a manager, and he's done a fantastic job as a player for our football club. Not many people can hold their hands up and say that. Not many players can say they've done that at clubs that they've played for and been back to. He's one of a kind. He's unique. He's done an amazing job. And he took his Millwallness as a player, and his Millwall, train of thought. He's took that into the management side, and he's made it a success. 20 years later, he's done a great job, but it's gone flat. It's gone flat, and in my opinion, he won't accept help. People will point to Dave Livermore. I don't know what fucking poor old Liv was done. But listen, make no mistake. I thought Dave Livermore was fucking useless as a player. But people trying to shit the blame onto Livermore. It's Livermore's fault. At what point, Mill fans are now, in my opinion, backing Neil Harris blindly. At what point are you going to say, okay, enough's enough? If we get relegated, would you still back him? I still go, that's fine. Well, we was in League One when he took over, pretty much. So, he's a legend. He stays. Have some respect. Again, fair enough. It's not really a question. It's just a statement at me. And that's going to happen. I do understand that. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Some people may a lot of people don't like me. But listen, it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. And someone's saying Kenny for manager. Alfie Colk says, nice shirt. Cheers, mate. These are currently in the sale on the website, by the way, £16. Get that one in. But yes, listen, everyone's entitled to our opinion. Okay, so Expat is saying what I just sort of briefly brushed on. No, this is a good question. Does he have to leave? So, Expat says, does Neil Harris have to leave? What if we get an experienced number 2 like we had? Wise and Wilkins, ? Redknapp, ? Hoddle, ? Souness, ? You've just done a complete raid on fucking some of Sky Sports' finest there, mate. First things first, you wouldn't get Redknapp, Hoddle, or Wilkins. None of them would fucking... Poor old Glenn Hoddle just had one heart attack. He comes to the stand of the football down where we play, and he fucking keel over, the old bastard. An experienced number 2, I'll be honest, I think Neil Harris's ego wouldn't allow that. And that's not a dig at Neil Harris. I respect that. I'm the same. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't. If the views started dying off on Lions TV, someone started going, you need to get a geezer in to help you present, I'd say, fuck you. I'm better than him. It's my channel. And if I was Neil Harris, I expect Neil Harris would be saying the same. I like that Neil Harris is maybe potentially, I don't know it for a fact, he comes across to be a little bit, and you've got to be a strong character to be a manager. So I don't think he should get a number 2 in, or a director of football. I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he would allow that. If they give him the option, I think he'd rather leave the club. And again, that's not a dig at Neil Harris. I respect that about the man. Yeah. Wolfgang's on me, but they've stopped your comment for review, but I'm going to show it because it's fine. Wolfgang says, "Are we bottom? ? It's 7 games for fuck's sake. I remember you having an orgasm last season against Everton, Dan." Well, I just come back from a serious illness and I nearly died, so maybe my recovery cheers for the FA Cup match come across as sexual, but they wasn't intended to. Mate, listen, again, this is the thing. This is the big problem with a lot of people. You don't fucking listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You listen to it, but you take out what you want to hear. Neil Harris has given us some fantastic times as manager. You have to give him a lot of credit for that, right? Look at my video, the last video I put out before I went away. I say these exact lines, these exact things. Neil Harris has given us some fantastic times. We got relegated when he was in charge, but it was pretty much job done. He took over. He got us to the playoff final following season in League One. You've got to give him a lot of credit for that. We got to the playoff final, okay, and we had a good run in the cup that year, I believe. It could have been the following year. We got promoted. You've got to give him the utmost fucking credit and praise for that. First season back in the Championship, we finished 8th. That is beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Not many managers would have pulled that off. You've got to give Neil Harris a tremendous amount of credit for that. Neil Harris has given me, as a 20-year-old, some unbelievable memories, being in and around, going on the piss and going to Bonbonnies and seeing him and all the Mill team in the back room out the back. If anyone ever went Bonbonnies, the little back room where you sit in the bar before you come into the main bit, used to see them out and about all the time when they was players. They give me some unbelievable times. He's given me some unbelievable times. He's helped push my channel, for fuck's sake. We could be in League One still. He's helped push my channel. He's been polite to me when I've seen him. He's a fucking good guy. It's nothing personal. But this is football. It's a business. And he's given us some unbelievable times, yes. But do I think them good times? I want Neil Harris to leave here. I don't want Neil Harris to fucking people to be abusing him and all that shit. I've not abused him personally. I've said, in my opinion, I just don't think that he can do it anymore for our club. And I think I'll be proven right in the next 2 or 3 games. Again, I hope I'm wrong. Mill KP, what's happening, brother? Come and see me Saturday, didn't you? Mill Stew said, fuck Mark Hughes. I don't know what that was. No, I don't Mark. No, someone's obviously mentioned Mark Hughes. Who's the other one? I always get him mixed up with Gary Monk. It's not Gary Monk because he's gone to Sheffield Wednesday. It's fucking name. Is in my head then. Is it Gary Rowett? Is that the other one? They fucking both of them had more fucking clubs than Tiger Woods. Honestly, Roy Keane last night, on that football man, I'd give him a bash. He's so funny. He's so funny. And I know someone that played under him before and Ipswich said he was a shit manager, but he's just aggressive and it'll be a good talking point. John Parr says, JB will sack Harris this season. 4th from bottom will be seen as a success. And I agree. It will be seen as a success, mate. But at the minute, I think we're going to finish rock bottom if we carry on the way we are. But you're right. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I don't think I am. Wolfgang's a passionate man. I like it. You're joining in, mate. That's fair enough. You're entitled to opinions. You said Mark Hughes is clueless. Yeah, Mark Hughes has had a lot of clubs. Danny Cowley was the one I wanted. I'd take Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton is primarily a defensive-minded sort of guy, but he can get teams out of the Championship, let alone keep teams in it. He's disciplined. And, that's who I'd probably go for now. Yeah, Mill Shoes. A lot of comments getting hidden. And I'm going to read them, don't worry. Oh, hang on. No, I lost it. Mill Shoe says something like, we're all being too fucking negative. All of us are being too negative towards the players and the fans. If the players were going out there and running their absolute bollocks off and trying to get forward and flying into tackles Terry Erlock style, or like they was 2 seasons ago, we wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm not expecting to win a lot of games. It's not the fact that we're losing. This is what I need to try to address and trying to get across to people. For me, it's not the fact that we're losing games. I can deal with losing games. We're used to losing games. It's the fact that we just don't look up for it anymore. That's probably the best way I can put it. We don't look up for it anymore on the pitch. And again, that's like, who else are we going to blame? Fucking hell, could blame me if you want. We ain't going to blame the fucking tea lady. You got to blame Dave Livermore. Blame the kick man. The buck stops with the manager, but he'll know that. He's not under any illusions. Wolfgang again. Neil Harris is our manager. End of story. Millwall backstabbing. Millwall Stew says we're going to beat Luton tomorrow. And then we're going to beat Leeds Saturday. Fucking hell, you've been in RB for as well, mate. You're cracking on. Theo Davis says, I've not been able to watch Millwall in person for 6 years for various reasons. I'll be watching it on the telly tomorrow, but is it really that bad? In my opinion, yes, at the minute. Chazza, hello, mate. Charlie Richardson. Tunnicliffe is better than Williams and Leonard. I would say he's definitely better than Leonard. I would say he wasn't better than Williams in his prime. But, I mean, Tunnicliffe, look, he did divide a lot of opinion, Tunnicliffe. That's why I used his picture on the social media earlier. I still think he was elusive in games. Listen, Tunnicliffe's gone and it's done. But we'll see. No, now, like, he'll fucking pop up one tomorrow. James Slaughter's going to give a bit of positivity and says Millwall are going to win 2-1 tomorrow. John Willis says, get over your hangover and be the next Millwall man. Paul Monkhouse says, Dan, it's worse than you're saying it is, mate. Wow. Well, there you go. I thought I was being as negative as I could be, but apparently it's worse than even I'm saying. Steve Tuff says, reckon if we continue to lose, Harris' last game will be against Charlton, especially if we lose that one after our record against them. Mate, we've got about, I think I've just said, but how many we got? We've got tomorrow at Luton. We've got Leeds at home. We've got Brentford away. We've got Cardiff at home. We've got Reading away. And we've got someone else at home. So we've got 6 games before we get to Charlton. It can't go that long. And well, it can if we get results. Of course it can. Stu, you're right. Millwall Stu saying you're right. We've been in worse places. That's exactly right. We've been in worse places. Of course we have. My dad used to say we should have done in fucking 1984, 85, and we was in like division whatever. It didn't matter. It was even then. It was just good. It was just exciting. All I understood from a very early age was we're not the best team there is, but we fight for each other, and we've got some players that are just nutters. That's all I understood really as a 4 and 5 year old. That's the whole Mill ethos. This is what the whole core of our club and Neil Harris's success as a manager has been built on. But we're not doing it anymore, and hopefully it's a minor blip. Wolfgang says we never replace Saville. I'd agree with that, mate. That's a good shout. Danny Flattery agrees with me. He said it's the lack of confidence that the lack of players that the confidence have that's been getting to him. Same with me. Good players, mate. We got good players. You can't tell me that if you had Malumbi, Thompson, Jed, and Mahoney, Bradshaw up front, that they're bad players in this division. They're all youngish, exciting players. So for me, something's not, why are these players not playing? It's the question you need answered. Dan, I wonder if Harris watches you. Mitchell Smith, am I going Luton? I might do. I might have a couple of spares for Luton, actually, because Mini-Me's not coming. So if anyone does want a ticket, tap me up. Riley says, Billy Mitchell, Ben Thompson, Jason Malumbi, central midfields. In theory, that's very exciting. In reality, in the Championship, where you get a lot of big, horrible, experienced pros, my fucking mouth is killing me. I think the 3 of them could struggle. I think that's why I like Williams in there, because he can sit and let the others bomb on. And I'll continue to push Sean Williams until we go out and buy someone else. We went out and spent £3 million on a central midfielder. I'd say Williams has done great for us, but now he's only a squad player. But all the time we haven't got anyone, I will continue to say he's probably the best of what we got. I'm not saying he's a fucking world beater anymore. Fuck me, the man's been here years. He's knocking on now, the old boy. But he's definitely the best of what we got. Keen, what are you saying, mate? I might get a train tomorrow, probably. Well, you fancy it? You come with me if you want. John Nichols says, be careful what you wish for, Dan. We could end up with another Holloway, for fuck's sake. Billy Ledwich says, get Paul Robinson in opinion. Well, Paul Robinson's already at the club, as we know. He's now assistant manager. I think he'd be the first one to tell you that he's not ready to be outright manager yet. But yeah. If people want the spare, you're gonna have to. If you've got my number, Keen, if you want that spare, message me. Because you've got my number. Anna Kirioku, my mate Danny, the bearded lady, says, who the fuck is going to join us when Malumbi is sitting on the bench watching Leonard? Oh, mate. Sorry, that was such a clever way of putting it. Yeah, that's good. I agree. Someone said get Muscat in. Would love that. I don't know where the man is in the world. Harry Ray says Darren Moore. Didn't Darren Moore go and manage Rotherham? Millwall Holding says Harris is nearly as bad as Holloway, to be honest. Now, this is the problem. Harris isn't nearly as bad as Holloway. Nowhere near, right? Holloway was an absolute fucking chance, absolute fucking joker. But the problem we've now got is what will happen is it will end up a little bit like Steve Morrison. Steve Morrison left our club. In the end, I would say, in my opinion, again, only my opinion as a paying fan, he left the club under a little bit of a cloud because the fans had outright fucking had enough of Morrison kit getting played every week. But that wasn't the true Steve Morrison. But because Harris continued to play him, because we didn't have anyone else, there was a little bit of not hatred, but a little bit of negativity towards Steve Morrison by the time he left the club. And on first thoughts, if you think back of Steve Morrison when he left the club, some people go, thank fuck he's gone. But sorry, 1 second, just checking the batteries. But he was a legend. But because he outstayed, wasn't his own fault, he outstayed his welcome. Because he continued to get played longer than he should have done, people have a little bit of a blurred memory of Morrison. I don't want that to happen to Neil Harris. And looks like now it is happening. He's worse than Holloway. He's as bad as Holloway. He isn't. He's been brilliant for us. But if he doesn't walk at the right time and this doesn't turn round, then it's it could turn ugly. No one wants that. Whoever said Harris is worse than Holloway was never at Bradford away in the FA Cup. Fuck me, I was there. When Bradford away in the FA Cup, luckily, I was still roofing in them days and I was actually working in Wakefield. So I came across to Wakefield. My mates come up, met in the Premier in Bradford. I'd already had a couple of pints. The poor fuckers got there, bought them a couple of pints. They left at half time. They left. They drove all the way up and drove back at half time. I stayed the duration of the Bradford game, but it's because I was only working 45 minutes away in Wakefield. So yeah, fuck me, that was bad. That was bad at Bradford. Again, but you can sort of reference that to similar to Blackburn, I think, the other week, where it just looked like we just didn't turn up, like we didn't want to be there. Harry Ray says, Sam Allardyce, ? Well, Sam Allardyce, I think Sam Allardyce has sort of had his day in management. He was obviously an ex-Millwall player, for those who don't know, in the 80s, a centre-half. Sorry, someone's saying get Harry Redknapp in. You're dreaming. He's never going to come to Millwall. Allardyce is a possibility, but he done very well at Bolton, Allardyce, didn't he, for a long time. And then went on to sort of Blackburn and other places. Newcastle didn't really materialise for him. Would we go for an old head as a manager, or would we go for sort of a younger, up-and-coming manager? I think it's very dangerous either way. There's no guarantees. Again, I'll point to Man United. Ollie Solskjaer looks like he's fucked there. And I think Ollie Solskjaer understands the club. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, sorry, this isn't a Man United channel, I know. He sports Man U, the fat fucker. That's probably what some people are saying right now. But I'm referencing this to Millwall. I think Solskjaer knows the problems at Man United, but I think he's so fucking toxic and rotten to the core that he can't turn it around. He understands the club. He knows who he wants in and who he wants out, and he's trying. But Man United now, since Alex Ferguson, have not had a good manager. And that's the risk. If Harris goes, yes, I'm saying I think it's got to the end of the road with him. And again, I hope I'm wrong, because you will not find the right manager first time. That is a massive rarity for any club, to lose a manager who's done well for him or hasn't, and then find an immediate replacement. You've seen it now, Newcastle, Rafa Benitez. They should have fucking sold the stadium to keep Rafa Benitez as their manager. They've now got Steve Bruce in. He'll foul. Someone else will come in. They'll foul. It's a very tricky business. So, Neil Harris does deserve that respect and that extra time to try and sort it. But I don't think he will. I'll tell you what, Tony Comley, that's not a bad shout, and people might think that I'm stupid for agreeing with him. He said Gareth Ainsworth. Gareth Ainsworth, I'm right, I know, that's the Wickham manager. He's been a good manager for them for a long time now. Someone's just abused Robbie Ryan there. Sorry, they're going so quick. Wow. Someone says someone says Sol Campbell. My mate Charlie's coming with Sol Campbell, for fuck's sake. You've got to be joking. I'd rather have Ian Holloway's dead corpse. There you go. You won't get that on any other fan channel, that's for sure. Danny, you're saying Cole Robinson got Oxford flying at the moment. Not sure. Don't know. Look, we're all throwing names into the hat. Ultimately, it's tough to know, isn't it? It's tough to decide. A lot of people saying Gareth Ainsworth. Yeah, good at finding small transfers and finding gems. Is that what I just said? Ainsworth, the Wickham manager. Yeah, I'll be honest. If you had to say to me who's going to get the job, if he goes, I would put my money on Chris Hughton. And again, I don't know anything. You have to bear in mind, I know that they won't have a lot to spend money-wise. You've got to bear in mind what those managers would want money-wise, obviously. Getting back to the Roy Keane thing. Roy Keane was fucking was spotted at, not Ibiza, the Salford City game the other day. There's rumours that Roy Keane wants to get back into management and will be the Salford manager. Now, there you go. You know, Roy Keane's not going to be on the manager he was as the money he was as a player at Man United. So, Kirbishley, is he still in football? Charles Stoworthy says. I think he's still got about a month left on his 8-year contract he got at Newcastle, and he'd fucking get him absolutely taken to the cleaners. Dave Ruddock, fucking hell. What am I doing tonight? Dave Clark says, get Ruddock in. For what? What's Razor going to do? He'd have a good boozy, I'll tell you that much. James Millwall says, Tony Warner. Well, mate, Denzel, I'll tell you what, he'd fucking put some passion into them fucking players. Don't worry about that. But no, Tony Warner's a goalkeeper coach. He is a goalkeeping coach. He's not a manager. Billy Ledwich said, and do you know what? I'm actually ashamed to admit that I actually thought this. You said Dennis Wise, right? And I'm not saying Dennis Wise personally, but a Dennis Wise-esque character. If you could turn back time, or Dennis Wise was still around, that's what we need. We don't need a master tactician, because we're never going to be able to buy the players for him to enforce his motives and what he wants. You know, a master tactician. If you got in, look, we're never going to get Jose Mourinho, but just use Jose Mourinho as an example, or someone along them lines. If you've got an unbelievable manager in, he'd want to buy great players to imply his philosophy in the side and his theories. We're never going to be able to buy the players for that amount of money to do that. But what we can do is get, as I said, what we did have under Neil Harris, which we seem to have lost, hopefully temporarily, is someone fucking aggressive, someone who's a fighter, someone who's going to bring a bit of character to this wonderful football club. We're a quirky, unique football club. We need someone similar to be running the club, I think, in my opinion. You know, for me, Husky are the perfect choice to buy the club. New Den Lions. That's the stuff my childhood dreams are made of. Alex Ray to come back as manager. Alex Ray was assistant at a couple of places. He was assistant at Paul Ince one at Wolves. I actually bumped into them at the Marriott Hotel years ago. When I've been thrown out by my second wife. I was living in the Marriott in Bexley for a couple of weeks, and I bumped into the Wolves team in the Marriott in Bexley. They was playing Charlton, and I made me photo done with Alex Ray. And he couldn't believe it. He said, "You really want your photo done with me?" Obviously, years later, I got to interview the man. My finest moment at Lions TV, probably, to interview Alex Ray in the home dugout at the Den, which I'm sure the club now regrets letting me do, but thanks to them for letting me do that. Lions Lounge, that is on the channel if you've never seen it. Might repost that, actually. Lee Shutter. I don't know your surname, mate, but I know you and your good uncle is Jim. What a legend he is. He'll be there tomorrow, the legend, boozing till dawn. Jim Shutter, if you all know Jim, what a character he is, what a guy. Goes every Millwall game. Boozes to the death. He's about 70, he's the last man standing every week. He's saying, we've had ex-West Ham before, it's not going to work. I'd agree. There's Mill Holdings says, fuck me, Dan, how many wives have you had? I've been engaged twice. I've been married once. And I've got 2 sons by 2 different women. And I'm not with either of them. I've been single 4 years. Nearly 5, I think. There you go, there's your answer. And I'm not looking for another wife. There's a fucking few in the queue of the weekend, boys and girls, let me tell you. Jesus Christ, the old boys still got a bit. Actually surprised myself the weekend. Mick Harford for me. Where did I see Mick Harford the other day? I think we saw Mick Harford at Fulham away. Billy Ledwich says Teddy Sheridan. I don't think you'll see him at Millwall, but you could be seeing him somewhere else quite soon. Moving on. Some of these suggestions are making me want to dig the Neil Harris posters out again. Harris in. Keen YT. What Keen's saying is right. The only problem with Husky taking over is if they pump a lot of money into the club, we could end up going down the Bolton route. And again, Keen, you're right. That is a worry. I don't think they'd pump that much money into ever get us to the promised land. They could do. But you are right. And again, that's credit got to be given to our manager. That's credit got to be given to our good manager, John Berylson. I remember at the start of this channel, when I started the channel, I used to stick up a lot for Mr. JB, Mr. America. But now, you know, some people going, at the time, some people going, oh, fuck him and all that. He's done a very good job for us. And I stuck up for Berylson for a very long time. And I'm still sticking up for Berylson. I still think he's a fantastic chairman for him. And I'll take my hat off to him. And I believe Husky want to buy the club, but I believe he probably wouldn't want to sell it to him. And I don't blame him, because why should he? He stuck with us through thick and thin. And, again, he's bought the club because he wanted to invest in a football club. But make no mistake, Mr. John Berylson is a businessman. And he will want some sort of return on it eventually. Fuck, we've been going for an hour already. Get Emma from Leeds in. She'll be good up front. Fucking not wrong. Wolfgang says, love you, Dan, by the way. I just think it's early to turn on him. But honestly, it's absolutely fine. I've said this before. I'd like to debate with people. This is, again, some people get it wrong. They think that we're arguing with each other. This is football. As I said before, the game lasts 90 minutes now, right, on TV, yeah? The fucking analysis, you'll get Carragher and silly bollocks. No, sorry, Neville's and Carragher's silly bollocks. I like Neville. I don't like Carragher. They'll all analyse it for an hour, 2 hours before and talk 7 days a week, 24 hours a day football, Sky Sports News. It's good to talk about it. It's healthy. It's passion. It's not any need for any. I appreciate Wolfgang. Instead of, I would rather, I don't know, Wolfgang is. His name's just Wolfgang. It's obviously not Wolfgang, is it? But that's his YouTube name. I appreciate his comments. I prefer those comments than to people just going, yeah, you're right, Dan. Yeah, or yeah, fuck Harris. It's healthy debate. It's exactly what it is. I really enjoy that. It's good. So, mate, say what you want to say. It's not a problem. I appreciate that. I prefer it. We all have different opinions. And again, I will say it. I honestly, hand on heart, my children's life, hopefully, I sincerely hope I'm wrong. And I'm sitting here going, fucking, I dropped a bollock there. And I've said Harris that, and we're flying again. But I just can't see. It just seems to me like it's gone too far. Kevin Ayres says, Dan, sorry, mate, slight change of convo. Why have they turned the song off after we score? Not annoyed about this. Made the atmosphere so much better electric when we do. Please get it to change. Firstly, Kev, I don't work for the club, and that is a problem that I've encountered more and more as the channel gets bigger and bigger. I get all sorts of abuse. People saying to me, inboxing me on social saying, it's fucking Liberty, my membership hasn't turned up. And then I've replied saying, no, Lions TV's free, mate. There's no membership. It's all free. And he's like, no, my fucking club membership. People think I work for the club. I don't work for the club. And, I'm an independent fan channel. It's frozen. The screen's frozen. How are we doing here? Should have done. We still in? Someone comments, so I know we're still live. Yeah, we must be. Anyway, getting back to the person that's saying, thank you. Yeah, it's all good. Sorry, someone just put Frozen on the screen, and I was like, Disney Frozen? Or what's going on? Someone saying about the goal music. Now, I've got to be honest, I prefer the goal music. I do. I know it's quite old. I know it's quite corny, whatever maybe. But again, we're unique. And if anyone else had that song, we'd fucking absolutely bury them. Let's have it right. But I miss the goal music. I know it's not a major point, but let's get a little bit more light-hearted for a minute, because it does seem like I'm being quite on one subject, and I can only go cover it so much. I don't want to be making everyone else negative. I don't want to be pissing people off, but I speak from the heart and speak about what I feel about the football club that I fucking love. I would actually die for. If it comes to the facts, if I come to the facts, it's me or the club, one at a go. That'd be. I'd say, see you later, me. See you later to the other one. Boom, that'd be the end of me. So I'm not angry. I just love the club. Why are people saying something about Archer's dog there? That's twice. I'm not saying that. Read the comments for yourself. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What are you talking about? Goal music. We're talking about. Yeah, I prefer the goal music. Only Millwall would have. My mate supports Sunderland, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we sing. What do they sing? Wise man say, only fools rush in. I said, no, that's not a Millwall song. It's a fucking Elvis song, isn't it? Later covered by UB40, and also about 3 other clubs used that song. Our song was written for us. It's the only song ever you'll find that's got jelly deals and glass of beer in it, made for a football team. It was tailor-made for Millwall, like only Millwall could. So the goal music for me, I miss it. What's everyone saying on the goal music? Someone else is saying it. Oh, fuck's sake. How do I like the goal music? Who likes it? Goal music, what bloody goals? When it first happened, because the club didn't mention the goal music, I just don't think it was the right thing to do. They just cut the goal music. They didn't mention it. I don't think they needed the fucking, because no matter if you put anything positive or negative on social, or no one will ever always agree, and you always get someone fucking give some sort of backlash. But the club didn't mention it. So the first day of the season when we scored against Preston, the goal went in. I sort of jumped up and I fucking hang on, where's the music? I thought we'd been disallowed. I think a few other people did. Also, Paul Monkhouse says we don't score any fucking goals, Dan. Oh, come on, I can't. A lot of comments about Jordan Archer on that. I'm not going to laugh at that. It's actually out of order if that's happened, but I don't know how people know. That's the thing that I find it's random. Oh, excuse me. Squeaky floorballs. It could happen. I've been an hour and 6 minutes in. I've had to just pass wind, boys and girls. Sorry about that. That can happen on a live stream. Dan, do you think Taylor is carrying Charlton? And are you worried about when we play Charlton? I am fucking very worried about when we play Charlton. Not as much as my mate Chrissy Whitehouse, who's actually married to a Charlton fan, and we've been giving her shit for so long that I am worried. Charlton are flying, yes. Charlton are having the first season syndrome. They will get the second season syndrome. Don't make no mistake about that. They're a new entity to the division. They're still buzzing off the playoffs. You know, it's exactly what happened to us in our first season in charge. Someone told me that Lyle Taylor is injured. King Dallo says it's been hidden for review, mate. So, Bill Holdings. This guy is just going and going on me. He's put it 15 times. You have like a gay face. Are you gay? Well, you must fancy me because he's asked me about 15 times, but you can't see it because it's been held for review. This is the thing that goes on here. Chris Charles, do you think Husky will ever invest in us? Or is this sponsorship deal duffing? Take two. Fuck off. Do you think Husky will invest in us, or is this just a sponsor deal? Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. Love is the best wasn't on there. But sorry, I'm really sorry for the comments. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. Again, listen, it's all rumours, and people tell people rumours, and people, we've got a WhatsApp group, Lions TV, and you go, oh, I've heard this, I've heard that. You know, I'm a fan that does hear rumours, and yes, I've passed them on before. Yes, it has got me in trouble. Someone said to me, I reckon, like, you know, people were saying Husky wants to buy the club. I believe they do. It's the biggest sponsorship deal we've had in years, so I would say so. Any Archie Compton says, do we need a new left back in January? That's a good question. James Meredith finally went and joined Perth Glory. He got a club. Jordan Archer still hasn't got a club, by the way. And do we need a new left back? Again, listen, Shane Ferguson for me is not up to the standard of football. And I know he had a mini revival last year. And I know I slagged him off for a couple of years previous to that, which actually resulted in him blocking me on Twitter when I've never actually mentioned him. You won't see me saying anything personal about players. If I don't rate him as a footballer, I just don't rate him as a footballer. It's nothing personal. You'll see that I say I rate a lot of players. I'll tell you the players I rate in our team. Frank Fielding. I rate Frank Fielding. McCarthy. Murray Wallace. Hutchinson. Cooper. Jeb Wallace if he's played in the right position. Conor Mahoney if he's allowed to play in the right way. Ben Thompson. Sean Williams. Malumbi. Bradshaw. Yeah, I rate a lot of players at our football club. So when I say I don't rate a player, it's nothing personal against that player. So I don't know why Shane Ferguson blocked me. That's about 2 years ago because I didn't even know it was on Twitter until someone said, "Has Fergie blocked you because he's blocked me?" But no, Fergie I don't rate. He got exposed against Saturday. To be fair, that Huddersfield winger was absolutely rapid, wasn't he? But I think Shane Ferguson is the backup to Murray Wallace. That's the thing. I think the long-term plan in January. In January, I buy two things. If I could buy one player, then okay. If I could buy one player in January, it wouldn't be a left back. So that's to answer your question. Could we do? Yeah. Someone said, do we need strength in what positions? Again, it's money. That's the only problem. Is if we've got any money, we have actually spent a lot of money. Because bear in mind, yes, we don't spend big on individual players, but I think we've had 10 new players through the door. So wage budgets alone and things like that will still add up. Don't worry about that. We've still done a lot of money in the summer. I think I would go with a very strong Roy Keane-esque central midfielder, experienced, around the 26, 27 mark, and I'll spend about £3 million on someone. Someone who's very good, someone who's can dictate the play, break things up, win tackles, and just be a fucking absolute animal leader on the pitch. I know that you might not get one of them for £3 million, but that is probably what I'll go for as my first choice. Second choice, I'll go with a decent target man, centre forward, because I don't think Matt Smith's the answer. Although he's doing all right, you can't knock him, but I don't think he's got every game winning Matt Smith, and I'd play Bradshaw off the big man. Someone says, do we need a better keeper? I'm unconvinced on Bulkowski now, I've got to be honest with you. I did say that before he joined. I've seen his showreel when he didn't over-impress me. The getting relegated with Ipswich thing didn't concern me. That wasn't a concern of mine. The concern of mine was it was just like his showreel wasn't the greatest. He made a lot of good saves on his showreel, but they was a direct result of him parrying the original shot. They was like second phase save. So I'm not sold on him. And so Matt's made two mistakes. He's cost us 4 points at home in the last two games. Make no mistake, I'm not keen on the manager at the minute. I'm not keen on the rest of the team at the minute. But with a better goalkeeper in goal, we would have got 4 more points on the board, and I might not be sitting here saying what I'm saying. You can't blame Neil Harris for the mistakes that Bulkowski has made. What you can do is, as the manager, drop the goalkeeper. But I only saw Luke Steele play once. Again, you can't judge a goalkeeper in one game. You can't judge any player in one game. You've got to give a player a good 10, 15 game run, in my opinion, again, before you can judge them on where they are as players. But, a new goalkeeper. I thought Frank Fielding was decent. I thought Frank Fielding was very good. And just our fucking luck that he pinged his quad, the poor bastard. There is a rumour he could be coming back sooner rather than later. It's not a rumour. It's an actual... When I say a rumour sometimes, I mean I've actually seen an article that someone's posted. When I say rumours, that's what I mean. So, Frank Fielding. If Frank Fielding come back tomorrow, he'd be my number one. Chazza Richard says, Danny Ravel, clap. Saville's exactly who we need. Yes, Saville is exactly who we need. Would we have George Saville back at the club again? Only for him to fuck us off again when something better comes along. I mean, look, you'd think the players would learn their lessons now. I sometimes liken it to players that leave, to like actors that used to leave like soaps in Britain and think they're going to crack Hollywood, then you never see them again. Some players come to Millwall, they do a job and then they get a little bit above their station. George Saville's gone to Middlesbrough. It must be a fucking miserable existence up there at Posh George because there's fuck all around. It's not a nice area. Jenny Squires, they've just killing your comment for review. You just put more chance of Jimmy Savile fucking turning up. Well done. I've let that in. I've let that in the game. It can all be seen by everyone. Now, there you go. But Savile, I just don't know if he's, the player, George Savile, the player. Absolutely, for me, yes. George Savile, the man, the fan accepting him as a third time he's going to come back. Now, fair enough. First time was on loan, and he was learning his trade at Chelsea at the time. But I just don't know now. I just don't know if the fans would have it. I don't know if it'd just be another Ben Marshall situation. Where's he gone, by the way? Ben fucking Marshall. Wasn't there rumours linking him to Bolton at one point? So yeah, listen, that is there's been a lot of players, a lot of comments, and I appreciate it. I've caught up on them now. Someone just put Spurs bunch of wankers. Don't know. It's Alabama, not it's MFC. Alabama. Where have we got Alabama from? Do I think Dave Martin should have gone West Ham? Well, he did, and he knew he wouldn't be playing, but he's on a decent wage there, so that's what he wanted to do. If we can only get one, the bearded lady, Danny Anna Kiriakou says, if we could have got Hugill, he was banging, yeah. Again, for me, Jordan Hugill or Nahiki Wells would have been ideal. And I don't think they would have been out of our price range. I know Hugill, I think, is on loan. Isn't he from West Ham, or is it done deal now? Can't remember, but Ben Marshall reportedly going to Salford. That's where he's from. And they're back in the league, so that makes sense. Phil Neville, John Haynes says, no. I mean, look, I've said earlier, and I'm sort of contradicting myself a bit now, but what I said earlier was, when people say we won't get these big managers because they're on big wages, they're not on big wages as managers. They're on big wages as players, being famous Premier League players. But one like Phil Neville won't be happening. Can't make. He's managing the England women's team, and I know I'm not going to be sexist but yeah, it's a different kettle of fish. Still, he's still doing a job for the national, for the nation. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be interested in cutting a little old Mill, unfortunately. Roaring Lion says, give Tyler Burry a chance tomorrow. That would have been, he was on the bench Saturday, wasn't he? That did surprise me a little bit. I haven't really studied like the bench Saturday and who came on, and I was watching the game, but I was half pissed. That's why I haven't given you like a full-blown post-match analysis. But yeah, Tyler Burry on the bench. Again, I don't know whether that's a good sign or it's a sign of desperation from our manager. A lot of people saying Jimmy Abdu for manager. Bless Jimmy. I don't know where he is, but I wouldn't want him as our manager, unfortunately. Again, there is certain requirements. You have to have certain badges, etc., don't you? Danny Ravel says, I'm worried Stoke will get their first win. I'm worried Stoke will get their first win against us with Gregor scoring. Mate, I'm having nightmares about it. The sort of reception he'll get. Scored a good goal in the week. On Friday, didn't he? Got his first goal for the club. Millwall Holding says, say it, Dan, women's football is shit. Millwall Holding said that, it wasn't me. Eni Aluku for manager. Mitchell Smith said 15 times, can I have the spare, please? You're going to have to inbox me on something, mate. And I might be able to help you out. Riley says Jimmy Abdu is in French League 3. What about predictions for tomorrow? What's everyone else going? Am I being too negative? What's everyone else saying predictions-wise? Okay, Rob McKenzie's made a very good point here. All right, Mitchell, I'll have a look, Mitchell. Yeah, no worries, mate. After I've done this. Rob McKenzie says you could put Messi on tomorrow night and it wouldn't matter. Neil Harris has lost the team beginning of last season. The beginning of last season? Well, Rob, I sort of agree, but not to that extent. But I said the same thing. It's not ideal, is it? I think, if we got some really good players, I still think that Harris would want to set up a certain way. F. Bennett has put this up twice, and it will be a bit controversial to keep holding it for review, but I'm seeing it up, and I'm only reading what F. Bennett is suggesting faking illness because the players don't want to play for the manager, club, or generally. We all know the fans would fucking die for their positions. There wouldn't be players faking illness. I can't see that. Predictions tomorrow for Luton, yes. Charlie Richardson. I know how positive you've been for a while, Char, about our team. 4-1 you're going for to Luton. I'm going 3-1 to Luton. I'm sorry, I am. And that's not trying to be dramatic. Riley's saying 3-0 Luton. King's going 4-2 Luton. We're going, we can't defend, and Luton's attack will be their saving grace. Honestly, follow King's YouTube channel. He's very good. He knows his football, the guy. It's called Keen YT. He's been in a couple of my videos. He'll be in more where I've been away. But follow Keen YT on YouTube, boys and girls. I'll put the description. I've told him as well. He really knows what he's talking about, King. I really like what you come out with. Well done. And you're right, mate. We can't defend at the minute, and that is their saving grace. King's YouTube channel is a Millwall channel, by the way. So Keen YT, boys and girls, give him a little subscribe for me because he's a good, young and up-and-coming Millwall fan. And looking at the fucking state of me, by the way, I'm bits. I shouldn't have gone on camera today. I'm no 10 out of 10 at the best of times. But I can't do this job forever, boys and girls. It's starting to grind me down for the first time in nearly 4 years. I'm starting to think, is this where my long-term future lies? Harry Ray says, I will buy the Luton ticket for £10 more than you paid for it. But I didn't pay for it. So there you go, mate. I'm not looking to make a profit on anyone. I just got a couple that I might give away if I've got them to give away. I'll let people know. Expat says Robinson and Dunn 0-0. What's that mean? B Lion says 1-1 tomorrow. A little bit more paper over the cracks. Max Morris says 2-1 Millwall, Bradshaw and O'Brien. I would say that's not impossible, but I can't see Bradshaw and O'Brien being on the pitch at the same time. Formation tomorrow. What do people think we're going to go formation tomorrow? Okay, Millwall Holdings says, Dan, are you for or against Brexit? I do not follow politics. I only worked out the other day that Brexit, I'm imagining, stands for British exit. And I know we're leaving the EU. And I know I might seem like a fucking naive, childish idiot. I couldn't give a fuck about politics. I've survived 39 years and I'll survive another 39, whether we fucking are in or out or whatever. I don't know anything. I couldn't see the first thing about Brexit. So I don't care, mate. Not interested. Right now, I care about my health, my children's health, VCD getting promoted and Millwall surviving in the Championship. When I say VCD, I mean my kids' team. There's only the 4 things I really care about in life, to be honest with you. I don't really care about a lot of fucker else. Noah Eileen says, I fucking love you, mate. Thank you. I love you too. Thanks for watching. Good comeback. I'm not, that's God's honest truth. That is, I don't know. I don't understand. Declan Penny, go on the Vickers. We'll be back this week, boys. Don't worry. We've got to go get a win this week. But yeah, football at the minute is listen, football, sometimes things aren't great in football. Sometimes things are very good. And Deck, remind me, by the way, remind me, your old man wants one of these, doesn't he? I'll sort it out for you. Remind me that training on Friday, we'll do it there and then because I keep forgetting. HTFC Brad says, League One for us. Steve Johnson says, Poppadom feet in goal. I know he failed the medical and then we got him anyway, and people were saying it was an old injury flagged up with Bulkowski. You can see his knees ain't right when he runs. Dan, where are you based? I live on the border of Bexley and Barnhurst, mate. I don't know why you need to know that. I don't know why I've just told you, but that's where I live. I live about 5 minutes from Barnhurst train station. Lee Shutter says 2-0 Millwall, Ben and Jed. Oh, that'd be... I'm seeing that, Lee, honestly. That would be fucking beautiful. That's made me smile. If I go out tomorrow, me and Joe Amara possibly heading up early to get on a few cold lagers, and that happens, in a new bit of Lions TV Club, I've got all the winter stuff turning up tomorrow. We all got new coats. We're going to do a little promo video for you the weekend at Leeds. All the Lions TV boys few of them have been treated to a new coat, the younger, good-looking ones. We'll be out there tomorrow, a new bit of club, a few beers all day, just not far away, and we get a 2-0 win. That's the thought of that, mate, is I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. So it's not like I want us to fail. I genuinely don't. Jenny Squires. I should have told a girl where I live, not a bloke. Well, yeah. She's not asking where I live, but if a girl asks where you live, tell them. If a man asks, don't tell them. Never did get that one right. Will we ever score 2 goals under Harris? Again, Archie Compton says, mate, low scorers, very low scorers. And if you don't cross the halfway line, you're right, you won't score many goals. Yeah, it's worrying. You know, we don't score many goals. We've never scored many goals under Harris. I can't remember the last time we scored a lot of goals. I remember beating Bristol Rovers 4-0, was it? Once. Harry Smith played. Lee Gregory Smith had it down. Gregory chest, turned and volleyed it in the cold blow. We won 4-1, 4-0 that day. I don't remember a big win for us, ever. When was the last time we scored 3? I might be making myself sound stupid here. When was the last time we scored 3 in a game? You going, Lee? I might come meet you there, London Bridge at 3, yeah? Just let me know what pub you're going to be in. Jenny Squires says, Dan, are you doing another documentary as it was the nuts and I loved it? I love you, Jenny, for saying that. So this is the situation where I am now. Okay, this is the situation. I love doing Lions TV. I didn't know what I was doing when I first started doing any of this sort of work. And it's been a very exciting, happy journey. I hate the word journey because that's what I use in X Factor. I've been on a journey. But I genuinely have been on a journey. Now, 3.5 years down the line, I feel like I'm ready to progress to the next level. That documentary nearly killed me, but I fucking absolutely loved it. And I think since I've done that documentary, I'm ready to move on to other things. I just don't enjoy doing pre-match predictions. I just not enjoy. I have to do those. I still have to do them. And I don't want to let you lot down because there's a lot of people that watches this now. You know? So I'm looking to explore other shows for the channel to make it more interesting. But documentaries, I want to do. I've said this before, but I want to get a little production team around me and go for it and go and do like documentaries around other football rivalries in other cities all over the world. But obviously, to do that, you need investment. You need a decent production crew around you. One, I'm not famous to get that. Two, I can't afford that. And three, the channel doesn't make enough money to warrant that. So, yeah, I have considered other options. I was considering starting up, which I'm not going to do. What's it called? Someone said to me, you've got to get a Patreon page. Didn't even know what Patreon was, where people donate, but there's no way in the fucking world I'm doing that. So, Lions TV will always be completely free. I couldn't dream of asking people to contribute towards it. Imagine the sort of shit I'd get for that, Jesus. But the channel's not making a lot of money. Trust me. I could go back to my old job tomorrow, and earn a lot of money. But I didn't enjoy doing that. But now I'm not enjoying this. I woke up the other day and thought I'm earning like 1/5 of what I used to, and now at the minute for what? Because I'm not even enjoying this. Steve Johnson, Leonard to score 3 goals tomorrow. I actually hope you're right, mate. I actually genuinely hope you're right. George Savadra says, come on, you Lions, goals through Smith and Bradshaw. Mate, I would love to see that because it means the two fuckers will be on the pitch at the same time again. There you go. Mill Holding says, Dan, what about Dino Standing's job for you? Would I fancy it? I thought Dino Standing left the club. He's not missed. Do you know what? I thought Dino Standing was always Mr. Bye for now. Bye for now. But I don't think it's the same person. Would the club have me anywhere near working for them? Never in a million years. So listen, there you go. That's been an hour and 26 minutes, boys and girls. We are slowly walking towards 90-minute. Lions News 90. I wasn't going to call it that tonight because I was planning on doing about 15 minutes because the hangover from hell. But listen, as much as I'm saying I'm not enjoying the channel, a little buzzer's kicked back in on me tonight. And I've got some very big guests lined up for Lions now. So listen, I'll probably be all right. I just need something to change, man. I just need this to either changing fortunes or changing manager just to kickstart the interest again because I've lost a little bit of interest. But listen, it's Matt David tomorrow. Let's have a good day. We'll be up there early. Let's have a few lagers, new bit of clobber on, and we'll have a good go. Hopefully, we'll turn it round. Hopefully, I'm wrong. People keep saying recall Danny McNamara. He's a right back, and we've got 2 right backs. So that's not Declan shout Mill at the end. Bit of spirit. If Leonard scores that trick tomorrow, you have to say in your next video, I love Ryan Leonard. All right, that's true. If Ryan Leonard, I'll tell you what, if Ryan Leonard scores tomorrow, I'll do some sort of forfeit, which I'll let you all decide. How about that? But again, I hope Ryan Leonard does score tomorrow. I hope he has a fantastic game. There you go, boys and girls. Hour and 27 minutes in. Just quickly before we stop, Bilbo Thompson, absolutely spot on. I always say this. We can play great football against Prem teams in the Cup, can't pull 2 passes together in a championship. How come? Is Harris to blame? That's something I've covered before, and that's a very good question, and we are going to end on that question. I agree. And Aidan O'Brien always plays well in games, played well against Brighton, played well against Everton. That's, again, we didn't pass. No, our passing wasn't fantastic. We had a few set plays we scored from. Cooper shipped one long to Gregory's first goal, and obviously Williams drifted in the for the 3rd goal. I think the other one was for a corner or something. I can't remember, but the kick, ball, and bite we show in cup matches against Premiership ties that we can't seem to do anything in the Championship. It's rising to the occasion, but the players need to rise to the occasion for longer amounts of time and for a duration of a game. I say it to my kids' team. You can't turn up for 15 minutes. You've got to be intense for the whole game. And I don't know why. Yeah, it's a good point. Why can we get why can't we get fucking results and play well against the shit teams and beat the big ones? It is a question that we may never get answered. Millwall is, as I said a million times before, the soap opera of football clubs. But again, that's why we love it. That is why we love it. But listen, it's on the box tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hopefully, we'll turn it around. Draw your own conclusions to that. If you're going, I'll see you up there. I believe there's 2 pubs that we've been given. I'm not sure what they call it off the top of my head, but look on, they're about on social. 2 pubs that we've been given by Luton, 2 booze in. I'll try and get there early with Joseph, O'Mara, and hopefully a few other O'Maras if they fancy it. And hopefully 3 points will be in the bag. I think it's got to be 3 points tomorrow. I think another point will just be another pointless thing. Kevin Ayres' documentary is blinding. There is more in-depth stuff to come, boys and girls. That's what I'm hoping to get away from. If Kieran gets us in his arse and comes to be my apprentice, I've been telling him to do for a couple of years, he could start to be doing more of this, and I can do more in-depth stuff, more stuff based around Mill, etc. But listen, going to wrap it out. There is 90 minutes, a full 90 minutes of me chatting Wolof. I was going to say waffle and bollocks. Our beef has done me. See you tomorrow, boys and girls, if you're going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you fucking Lions. There you go, Dick. Later.